morning. How are you guys? It's so good to see you again. I thought I would read you some books. Well, actually, they're different stories. They're called 101 Animal Stories. This book used to belong to your moms. I used to read them funny stories out of this. So I'm going to read you some stories this morning. They're short, so I'm probably going to read you 3 or 4. And we're going to start at the very beginning of the book with the very first story. How are you today? How you doing, Thad? How about you, Seth? Are you having a good day? Good morning, Livy. It's good to see you too. Hi, Isaiah. Hi, Elijah. I didn't forget you. I love you very much. All of my grandkids. Nana loves all of her grandkids. The first story is called Rainy and Sunny Weather. 3 green frogs and 3 little kittens went to school. They lived quite close to each other, and so they walked to school together. But even though they were such good friends, they were always quarreling all the way along the road. And do you know why they squabbled like this? Every morning and every afternoon? Yet because of rainy and sunny weather. Yes, on the days when it was raining, the 3 frogs jumped up and down, clapping their hands with glee. The drips and drops of water ran off their backs, and they paddled in their little streams and puddles, splashing about happily. They laughed out loud as they played and sang their own special song, and it went, "It's raining, cats and dogs. It's a wonderful day for frogs." All this time, the 3 little cats were crouched beneath the umbrella, muffled up in their mackintoshes, which is a raincoat, and their boots. They huddled in their coats and felt very miserable as they sighed and sighed. Oh, the nasty, nasty rain. On the days when the sun shone, the 3 little frogs frowned and made faces. They were very vexed and they dreaded the sun's hot rays. They hid under parasols and they were sure that the warm pebbles on the path would burn their feet. Moving forward in a very strange fashion on the tall sticks, they croaked and groaned while each tried to outdo each other. "This awful heat is scorching our feet. If it goes on, we'll all be roasted." The 3 little cats, on the contrary, purred with pleasure. They rolled around in the warm grass and strolled about lazily in the sunshine, frisked about with a hop and a skip and a jump, and leaped and bounded through the flowers. They teased the 3 frogs mischievously. "Isn't it a lovely day to play truant from school?" Which means they were skipping school. As you can see, whether it was raining or whether it was sunny, the frogs and the 3 little cats could never agree, and they quarreled constantly. The only time they stopped quarreling was on the days when it was dull and gray. The frogs missed the rain, of course, but at least there wasn't any sun, and the cats missed the sun, but at least there wasn't any rain. And on these days, they all walked quietly together with no complaints and no frowns on their long faces. They walked 2 by 2 with their satchels, their backpacks, and they went to school like good pupils. They arrived bright and early, and on these days only, green frogs and little cats were truly good friends. Here's the green frogs. Can you see them? You see the smiles on their faces? They just think that rain is the best thing ever. And there's the little cats, all huddled underneath the umbrella. So everybody was happy as long as the sun wasn't shining, huh? Well, let's read one called The Marmot and the Alarm Clock. Now, a marmot, let's see. A marmot would remind you of a very large mouse. "You must have a very good alarm clock to get up so early in the morning," said the small marmot to his neighbor, the cock, which is a rooster. "Not at all," replied the cock, shaking his beautiful red comb. "Oh, but you must have a secret, Mr. Cock, because you never, never forget to wake up. As for me, well, you know my difficulties. I could sleep for 3 months on end. So please, please tell me your secret." "I haven't got a secret," said the cock, strutting about grandly. "The sun wakes me up. As soon as the sun rises, I rise too. And I sing very loudly, cock-a-doodle-doo, to be sure that I don't go to sleep again. But I live right on the top of the hen house, near the window. You don't see anything living at the bottom of your hole. You don't know if the sun is rising or if it's setting. If you want my advice, little marmot, I would suggest that you move into another house. Oh, no, 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 said the marmot. Oh, well, never mind. If my friends have no objections, I will continue to spend most of my life asleep. Well, I guess he's not going to move, is he? Trying to get this page turned. Well, I guess that's the end of that one. The Rooster and the Marmot. Kind of does look like a big mouse. Look at his teeth. Yeah, I wouldn't want to get bit by that. But I'm pretty sure he doesn't bite people anyway. I'll bet he just bites bugs. We're going to turn the page to the next one. It's called the Gay Fandango, which is a dance, and at the fair. The Gay Fandango is actually a poem. When the moon shines late at night, see the fireflies dance in flight. There's music too, it's very gay, and Mr. Cricket loves to play. Do re mi so. Watch them dance the fandango. That's kind of a strange one. Okay, one more. I got to show you the cricket playing the fandango. See him here? He's playing a violin. What else do you see in there? Do you see fireflies? Can you show me where the fireflies are? Yeah? Can you see the pretty pink poppy? That's a poppy. Nana loves flowers. This one's called At the Fair. With a twinkle in his eye and in a carefree mood, the little gray mouse went out to the fair. I'll have lots of fun, he said, skipping along the path. As soon as he arrived, he went on the merry-go-round. But when he'd gone around 3 times, he felt very dizzy and he had to get off before the music stopped. The gray mouse decided to try the Big Dipper. Eek, eek, he cried. I'm very frightened up here, he said, and he ran quickly away again. To cheer himself up, he bought a huge stick of candy floss, or cotton candy. You ever had cotton candy? Oh, it's really good. But he got his whiskers all tangled up in it, and they turned quite pink, and all the other mouses laughed at him. He ran to the fountain and washed his face right under the pigeons' noses. A fortune-telling gypsy weasel came up to him and told him that before long he would be eaten by a large cat. Without a doubt, sighed the gray mouse, I'm not having very much luck today. He just decided to go back home when he saw a fairground shooting gallery. Some foxes and some bears were shooting at targets. Shall I try? He thought boldly. The bears and the foxes burst out laughing and sneered at him. Here's a mouse who wants to shoot at the targets. We must see this. The cheek of it all. He won't even be able to lift his rifle. Ha ha! The gray mouse was very upset about those rude remarks, and he seized the rifle, held it firmly between his 2 paws, and narrowed his eyes, and sighted, and bang! He hit the bullseye. 10 more times he tried his luck, and 10 more times his shot hit right in the middle of the target. Whoa, that's pretty good for a mouse, don't you think? The foxes and the bears were green with envy and quite shamefaced when the stall holder heartily congratulated the little mouse, the little guy who ran his stall, the target stall. I've never seen anyone who could shoot as well as you, and he gave him a magnificent feathered hat as a prize. Our little mouse went off home, delighted with his day out, and in spite of being dizzy and afraid of heights, in spite of his sticky whiskers and the threats of a gypsy weasel, the gray mouse strutted proudly about under his feathered hat and declared to his neighbors, my dear friends, if only you knew how much fun I had at the fair. Well, there he is. He's at the shooting gallery. There's a bear there, and it looks like foxes there. And there's a great big hippopotamus in the back. Do you see him? Do you see the hippo, Livy? How about you? What do you guys see? Do you see the bear? He's got a kind of fun look on his face, doesn't he? Yeah, that was a pretty decent story. And the mouse won. That just goes to show you little people can do big things. Remember that, you guys. This is called Tiger the Pilot. Tiger the Pilot and his Tapir, his friend. A tapir looks kind of like a elephant, but not completely. Tiger the pilot and Tapir his friend flew up high in the air in their plane. Said Tiger the pilot to Tapir his friend, "This is better than going by train." Tiger the pilot and Tapir his friend decided to land about 3. Said Tiger the pilot to Tapir his friend, "Careful, look out for the trees." Tiger the pilot and Tapir his friend were going too fast. It was rash. Said Tiger the pilot to Tapir his friends, "Look out, we're going to crash." At last they're down, and oh, what a crunch. Oh, what a dreadful sight. Where can Tiger and Tapir be? They must have had a fright. Tiger the pilot and Tapir his friend climbed out of the wrecked, crumbled plane. Said Tiger the pilot to Tapir his friend, "Next time we'll go by train." That's one wrecked up plane, isn't it? You see Tiger the pilot? You see Tapir back there? Yeah? Does he kind of look to you like he might have some elephant issues? Well, it's too bad that his plane got all cracked up, isn't it? Yeah. Way too bad. Okay, one more and then I'm going to close out. This one's called The Crocodile with a Toothache. The crocodile was sobbing his heart out. Huge tears rolled down his cheeks and bounced onto his scales. "Whatever's the matter?" said the field mice, very concerned. "Oh dear," exclaimed the crocodile between 2 hiccups. "I've got such a dreadful toothache. I was eating a peanut and I broke one of my teeth. Oh, that hurts really bad." Nana was eating a pistachio and she broke a tip off of one of her teeth too. The field mice shrugged his shoulders. "Don't look so miserable," he said to the crocodile. "I know a medicine which will have you feeling better in next to no time at all." He ran off and returned with 3 marshmallow roots. "Suck these all day," he advised the crocodile, "and by the evening you will have forgotten all about your toothache. And to make this treatment work even faster, allow me to tie this silk handkerchief around your cheeks." Parceled up and tied in a bow, just like an Easter egg, the crocodile sat quietly and sucked the sweet stems of the marshmallows. And in the evening he was better. His tooth ached no more. The pain was quite gone. He laughed and smiled again, and he felt very happy. He laughed all the time, and he smiled at everybody. But in the middle of his row of broken teeth, there was a great gaping hole. His broken tooth would never grow again. But he didn't care, did he? He got to suck on marshmallows all day. Look at that. Do you see that crocodile? He's got a scarf on his... And see the mouse? He's taking care of his friend there, isn't he? Yeah. It's good to have friends that you can take care of and love on, huh? You guys have lots of good friends, don't you? Well, it's 20 minutes after 10 here at Nana's house, and so I need to go fold some clothes. But I love reading stories to my grandkids, and I love every one of them, every single one of them. And I love you, love you, love you, and hope you have a wonderful day. Now, Eli and Thad, help Mama with Marie and Ava, okay? Because that's a lot of work, and you guys are really good with the babies. And Isaiah and Seth and Livy, you obey your mama. You know, today is her birthday, so you need to love her and show her that you care very much for her and wish her a happy birthday. Okay, kiddos, I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.